Dr. Kaul,
yes.
You see what's happening is, I've said this before, as I thank you for your point of view, the fact is people are doing anger management, they are sorting out the situation, they're trying to appear responsive when the media has picked up the case. Nothing more, nothing more. Dr. Kaul, thank you very much. I want to go back to Dr. Sunita Krishnan. Dr. Sunita Krishnan, I agree with you. I think we should be very specific today. May I request you, as someone who's fought this and most unfortunately faced this, tell me your 3 top suggestions which will give immediate benefit to the people, which will make young people feel assured when they go out of their homes. What would you suggest? Then we'll take a call among our politicians on them.
Arnab, I'll start with our panel itself. There are politicians in our panel. Can they go back and check who are the candidates in their party who have got a sexual crime history? Can they submit a memorandum to their leaders to remove them from the party?
Very good.
The first agenda to the panelists.
Okay, very good and pointed point.
Panel.
Very good. I'll come to number 2 and 3 in a minute, Dr. Sunita, but let me get an immediate response. So there are 3 political parties on our panel. Okay. And by the way, I'd like to welcome Valerian Santos, father of Mumbai Braveheart Keenan Santos. Thank you very much, Valerian Santos. Your son died fighting Eve teasers. And today you're seeing this, we haven't forgotten what your son did. We'll fight with you and ensure there's justice in your son's case. But suggestion made. Dr. Sunita Krishnan says, give a commitment that you will identify the people, I think, who have been nominated by your parties, political parties who face these crimes against women. And you will have to, what was the suggestion, Dr. Krishnan? That you will not put them up in elections.
Get them removed.
Get them removed.
Give a memorandum so that they can be removed from the party.
Okay, good.
Basic membership of the party.
Okay. Okay. So let me start with the BJP first. According to my information, Siddharth Nath Singh, I'm not doing BJP bashing because then I'll do bashing of all political parties. 24 people got tickets from the BJP out of the 260 who declared that they have been charged with crimes against women.
Yep. Well, Arnab,
so throughout these 24 people.
It is a good suggestion.
I can hear you.
Well, I don't know who are these 24 people, but if you have the list, I'm willing to take it up to my president and express the position that these are the people. And I'm sure the parliamentary board will look into it with whatever has happened in last 13-14 days. I'm confident there is a political awakening also that this cannot continue further. And as a BJP member and as a party, I think we are conscious of this, and we would like that the record should be straightened. So I will be more than happy if you can share this list with me. I will go to my party president for an appropriate action.
We'll get the list from the election commission.
There's no evidence of the awakening except platitudes up to now. I have been so
No, this is very specific. This is very specific.
Yes, but this whole day I have been really quite sickened by every politician coming up with a long face and making every kind of comment.
Can I make a little point here?
Excuse me? Say that again.
Arnab, there are certain cases. I'm not trying to defend or anything, but if somebody is being charged, if it is genuine, they need to. The party needs to act. But there are political cases which are being framed, which may not be true. You have seen what had happened with Rahul Gandhi's case in the Kanpur. There are cases like that.
Yes, but can you say that we don't know? I mean, you're a senior member of your party. How can you say you don't know who's got cases against them?
I'm sorry, ma'am. I don't. Please understand the position where I am in BJP. It is not necessary for persons like me to know everything. The question is being put on
the mat. The question is, we like to put issues on the mat, and I think Dr. Sunita Krishnan put an issue on the mat. And further putting the issue on the mat, 36 other MLAs in our country, and I'm not going to put the list up.
What we need to do.
36 others have declared they have charges of crime against women, such as outraging the modesty of a woman. So we have eminent MLAs who have charged with outraging the modesty of a woman, insulting the modesty of a woman, sexual assault, rape, etc.
That is why you can't get the...
What do you think?
You can't get the laws made. No?
And Valerian Santos, whose father of Keenan Santos, feels this is part of the problem. Yes, Mr. Santos?
Yeah. Because of that only you are not getting certain section amended. The laws are not becoming more intense, more strict because of such things. When such people are only there, then how can you expect the bill to be passed?
Okay, now
because they say badi baat hai, they say
first suggestion from this panel: people who have charges against them of crime against women, don't give us weak defenses and the charges are political. Don't let them in. End of the story. Close the doors. India will not lose a large pool of political talent, I'm sure. We can live without these people. Yes, Sohail?
Second suggestion, because I mentioned sexual criminality, second suggestion is Delhi is not India, India is not Delhi. Every state, every district must have fast-track courts. Justice must be delivered. I can't wait for the likes of Pratibha Patil and Pranab Mukherjee to find the goddamn time to reject clemency petitions before these guys go to the gallows or whatever kind of punishment. It is a bloody joke in this country that we hide behind the so-called democracy and justice system.
Pratibha Patil must ask herself.
The justice system to drag on.
Pratibha Patil must ask herself.
And you know, mentions platitudes.
Yeah, Pratibha Patil must ask herself whether...
She said the Home Ministry didn't advise me.
I would second what he is saying.
But that's what she said.
Why are laws different everywhere in all the states?
It's ridiculous.
And why they are not stricter?
Well, I've come up if we can come up with 3 concrete examples, I'd say this is hour well spent. So first, I think there is agreement. Pinaki, you agree with that as well, right? Keep out all sexual offenders, charge sexual offenders, rape, charge politicians, and I'm going to follow this up with all parties. Keep them out of the political process. You'll also do that in Odisha?
Follow it up every evening or no? Follow it up every evening.
I can't know every evening, every week at least I'll follow it up. Yes.
Where are the political parties on this?
I will follow. I promise you I will. We will make it a campaign. Pinaki, you support Dr. Sunita Krishnan in that.
There is no question that if there is a charge of rape, there is no question that such person should be kept out, period. The only problem, Arnab, and I want to be brave enough to point this out, is that a couple of MLAs in Orissa have this charge of outraging the modesty of a woman. Now the reason that's happened, and I know this personally, is because, you know, when there is a political dharna and there are lady police constables there, so if there is a little bit of pushing and jostling also, immediately the charge that is put against that particular person in a political melee is that he has outraged the modesty of a woman. That's not a, you know, it's not been seriously intended. There is no sexual, sort of outreach to it. There is no sexual motive to it.
No, you're getting, no.
There has been a bit of pushing and shoving.
No. You see, you are trying. No. So strong responses against what you're saying. Well, watch one at a time. Shobha De first, they're coming to you, Bachi. 1 second. I have always said there are no gradations to sexual violence. Yes, Shobha De.
Arnab, there is a gradation.
No, Shobha De is responding to Pinaki Mishra.
Charges also. You must accept it.
It's a disgraceful comment. What do you mean by a little pushing and shoving?
No, 1 second. Shobha De to Pinaki Mishra. Shobha De is taking on Pinaki Mishra. Yes, Shobha De.
I am saying it is disgraceful. How can you talk about a little pushing and shoving? No, I'm sorry, please don't interrupt. Has anybody bothered to get into that bus? The biggest crime this poor girl committed was that she got into the wrong bus. But even those very buses, we know that there is a nexus between those guys who operate those buses and the local politicians. That's why those buses run, a lot of them without a license. So I would say start with scrutinizing that. That's the basis of the problem. As anybody, any female politician, any parliamentarian got into any of those overcrowded buses themselves, do they know what it feels like to be shoved and pushed? And it's not casual shoving and pushing, even if it is. And I'm sorry, it is not acceptable behavior.
Not acceptable. Bachi as well.
Bachi. You cannot justify
is trying to talk about police women being shoved when we are talking of every ordinary woman in the most ordinary act of her life facing some kind of threat. For women, it's the end of ordinariness. Getting into a bus is difficult. Staying at home is difficult. I mean, what are we talking about? How can this man come up and make a statement like this? It is just an attitude that what's the big deal?
Something which is such
one second.
It's a crime.
Every time a woman is pushed, it is what is the big deal?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole point that underlines it.
Yeah.
Everything that has happened up to this moment of crisis and this flashpoint is that it doesn't matter. Women are objects. I mean, what's the big deal if a woman is shoved? What is the big deal if people are leering at a woman? They're all doing it.
Our threshold is very low.
Yes, so
you know, our threshold is very low. Our stereotypes are too well entrenched.
No, I said.
Arnab, I just want to make one small point.
1 second, Binaki Mishra.
Arnab, one small point,
yes,
please.
Okay, Shobha, go ahead.
May I explain what I said?
One small point, Arnab.
He wants to explain what he said.
You talked about something. Before he explains, Arnab, you talked about tagging a rapist. Right now, I'm distraught enough, perhaps cynical enough to say that even the people who will supply those tags will probably be substandard tags that someone is going to make a cut on. This is what we have seen in the wake of the terror attacks, and even the bulletproof vests that were given to the cops. There was a deal going on even there. So with that kind of morality, public morality and poor governance,
Mr. Pinaki Mishra, my research
and talk.
My research tells me that UP has the maximum number of MLAs who have declared they have charges of crime against them, and your state of Orissa along with Bengal are coming a very close second. So you must consider what you're saying. There are no gradations of sexual violence. I don't think pushing and shoving women is okay.
He's talking about police women. He's talking police women.
Pushing and shoving police women.
Yeah, who's talking about police women?
I'm very responsible when I say something.
No,
it's shameful for someone to say that. Shameful.
Sunita Krishnan, I want to go back to you. Suggestion number 2. Give me your second suggestion so this debate goes forward.
Arnab, my second suggestion is a sex offenders bill, classifying sex offence right from eve teasers, molesters to rapists, having a data bank about it, having a directory of it, and making a system that can have criminals, sex offenders public, where if they move about in a particular neighborhood, red alert could be given that there is a sex offender in the vicinity, be careful. If the parliamentarians, if all of us can apply our mind and create a sex offenders bill and get it passed on an emergency basis.
Yeah. This
is national emergency.
Yeah.
Lives of women and children is national emergency. If that kind of thing has to be done. Arnab, I want to finish my third suggestion also because I have to.
Please.
My third
Go ahead.
My third suggestion is to have an accountable criminal justice system. We need to not just have fast track courts, we need to have what does fast mean? How much time will it take to lodge an FIR?
Absolutely.
Does a victim need to tell her story to an inspector, then to an ACP, then to a DCP, then to some all godforsaken characters, and then finally the FIR is booked? Or can we have a time limit in this much hours or this many minutes FIR has to be lodged? In this much time, charge sheets have to be done, and if it is not done, those police officers should be suspended or removed or dismissed.
Well,
similarly for the judiciary, in this time frame, let us have conviction, and the conviction has to be executed also in a time frame. And for God's sake, for sexual offences, there should not be any appeal. No appeal from the session court to the high court to the Supreme Court and then to the mercy petition. If the session court finds enough proof of sexual violence and sexual offence, then that is it. It should not be appealable, and the conviction should be executed immediately.